What's up, guys? Charles here with Battle Ready Arms. I have a little display out of some stuff I finished up recently. A couple complete builds and a frame. And I wanted to go over the signature package real quick because I get asked about it quite often. All three guns here are signature packages with a little bit of variations in the mods on them. So I want to go over that. I get asked a lot about what all the signature package comes with, if it's worth the price increase over something like the Elite package, the Essentials package, and things like that. So I call it the signature package because it's all of my favorite mods in one package. It comes with the palm swell, it comes with the recessed borders top and bottom, and then it comes with the double undercut, and it comes with the ramped index point. I think this is one part that confuses people a little bit, so I get asked relatively often what's the difference between the standard index point and the ramp style index point. So these are a price increase because I have to come in here and I recess the material in here and create a ledge. I polish and smooth all this in here out. In this particular case, it's Cerakoted, so you don't really see the polish, but you can see on this one, polish it, smooth it out, and that requires a good bit of extra work. So on the standard index points, like what you would see on the Elite package, it's just kind of a rectangular texture pad here. Both work pretty well as far as giving you something to push down on with your thumbs to mitigate recoil, stuff like that. Some people like to use it as a reference for their index finger, to, kind of like a reminder to keep it off the trigger, more or less. It's just a reference. So, this is a price increase. The overwhelming majority of my customers who have gone between the standard and the rectangle or the ramp style index point much prefer this. I had a couple who said they actually prefer the standard, but I'm talking like one or two in the hundreds that I've done. So if you're kind of debating between the two and you can afford the price increase, I would say go for this. But if you can only go for the standard index point, that's fine. It still has a lot of benefits. So anyway, moving on, I get asked about the palm swell a lot. Is it worth doing? Will it feel bulky or uncomfortable? My answer to that is I think it's absolutely worth doing, and no, I don't think it makes it feel bulky at all. I actually did this for a female competitive shooter who was complaining about the grip angle and she didn't like the size of it. So I did a slight grip reduction on it, and then I added this, and she absolutely loved it. So if you're a person with small hands and you don't like the grip, I don't think you'll have an issue with this. She certainly did, and she loved it. So if you're a person with smaller hands, I think you'll be fine. So the benefits, a lot of people don't like the grip angle on Glock, myself included. That's why I started offering the grip reductions, and that's why I started doing the palm swell. So I actually like the palm swell a little bit better than grip reduction. This allows you to still use aftermarket mag wells, whereas with the grip reduction, generally speaking, you're not going to be able to do that. I can kind of do it if you have a mag well already fitted to it. I can kind of make it work, but it's not going to be as effective. With the palm swell, you can put your typical standard mag wells on it, and you get the benefit of a straighter grip angle with this little lip here, and this lip kind of allows your thumb or the web of your hand to lock in here, and it gets a really good firm grip. I find that it makes the gun feel like it's kind of glued to your hand a little bit more, and it keeps it from being able to ride up and down in your hand. So if someone were to grab your gun, for example, you just using a couple fingers, you can really prevent it from getting ripped out of your hand. Whereas I've done that experiment with guns that don't have this, and the texturing alone, obviously adds some traction. It helps, but not nearly as much as having this lip here. This lip really allows your hand to lock in place. So the double undercut on the Elite package, it doesn't come with the palm swell. You can add it if you want to, and it doesn't come with the double undercut, but you can add it. So on the Elite package, you'll get the border, you'll get the texturing, you'll get the rectangular index point, and you'll get a single undercut and a reshaped trigger guard. So with the signature, you get the double undercut added. And the benefit to the double undercut over the single, I've heard some wacky things about double undercuts. Like the benefit to it is it allows your support hand to get up higher and this and that. I think those are people trying to sell you snake oil, if I'm honest. The only real benefit I have found from a double undercut is it makes the trigger guard a little bit thinner and more rounded out, and it's not gonna break. Like there's no flex. So the sides get rounded out, and a lot of the meat is still left in the center. So it's very comfortable. And this here, this little lip, provides an excellent notch for your hand to ride against. Now, depending on how you grip the gun and how big your hands are, this may or may not be all that beneficial to you. For me personally, being able to brace my support hand against that there is a huge benefit. It keeps my hand from sliding up. I know in the past when I've shot out in the summer heat and my hands start getting sweaty here in Florida, or I start getting fatigued if I'm running a high round count or whatever, all those sort of things start to play a factor. And having the ability to lock my hand and wedge it there and make sure this hand doesn't ride up any sort of way really makes a huge difference. So again, this may not benefit you. I think from an ergonomic standpoint, I think most people would probably find this very comfortable just because the edges are rounded out, it's smoothed out. It's a little bit more comfortable than just having that flat trigger guard the Glocks typically come with. This probably would feel something more like, say, a SIG or an M&P. You know, they have the thinner trigger guards that are a little bit more rounded out. So, you know, it kind of gives it that feel along with the added benefit of the lip here if, you know, as I said, your grip and hand size allows for it. And then, of course, everyone's familiar with just the single undercut here. Allows your support hand to get up higher. And it also gets rid of that Glock knuckle. You know, a lot of times when you're coming in and out of a holster, you know, your knuckles rubbing in there. And for a lot of people, it's very, very uncomfortable, which is why Glocks have the, you know, ever so infamous term now, Glock knuckle. So, you know, again, with the single undercuts, I don't go real thin with these. You can see there's plenty of meat left here, but I bevel the sides and round them out. Makes it really comfortable. And the other thing I don't do that a lot of companies do, and I don't think it's a good idea, is a lot of companies just take it up as high as they can and get it real thin in here. And the reason I don't suggest doing that is because for a lot of people, especially guys with bigger hands, all you did was make the Glock knuckle worse, because now when you go to slide your hand in here, it goes up real high and you have a bunch of material left, you know, around here where your knuckle's going to grind. By not taking it up as high and focusing on taking out some of the material here and rounding out the sides, it allows your hand to roll in there real comfortably. My knuckle's not contacting that at all. Well, it's contacting a little bit on the side here, but it's a nice smooth transition. It's not a harsh angle or anything like that. So I've had a few people now reach out to me and tell me, you know, they've had several Glocks done from other companies, and they just wanted to thank me and tell me that they thought this was the best undercut they've ever had. And I think it's largely to do with the fact that I focus on bringing this cut forward as opposed to straight up like a lot of other companies do. So, you know, that's the signature package. So is it worth the price increase over something like the Essentials package or the Elite package? That's really going to be up to you. These are all my favorite mods. I get really good feedback on the signature package, and surprisingly, the signature package is actually my best selling package, even though it's my most expensive one. And a lot of people find that whatever their ergonomic gripes are or whatever their discomforts are with the standard Glock, this seems to fix it. I've always been a Glock person, but I always had a real issue with the ergonomics of the gun. I never found them very comfortable. I always preferred things like M&Ps, SIGs, CZs, you name it. But I really like the simplicity and the platform that the Glock provides. So to try and get the best of both worlds, I started doing these frame mods, and it kind of evolved from a person who loved Glock but didn't necessarily care for the ergonomics, which seems to be the case for quite a few people. So if you're that type of a person, or you're just looking to enhance the overall feel of your Glock, maybe you're pretty happy with your Glock as is, but you just want it to feel a little bit better, you want a little bit better performance out of it, I think this package will work really great for most people. But If you don't want to change the grip angle, you're happy with the Glock grip angle, you think it's going to throw you off or whatever. I haven't found that to be the case, but if that is a concern for you, go the cheaper route. Get the Elite package. And if you want the Elite package and you want to add the double undercut to it and you want the enhanced index points, you can absolutely do that. The Elite package I set up to where you get a standard base package and then you can add whatever mods to it that you want to. So you could basically create a signature package without the palm swell, or you can create a signature package without the index points. You can do basically whatever you want with that package. As far as the essentials package goes, that's its focus is function, without too much flash and extra stuff that you don't technically need. So the essentials package doesn't come with any borders. I guess it does in a sense. I run a melted line around it and then I stipple to it, so you still get nice clean edges, but they're not recessed, and the texturing's not sitting flush with the frame like it is with the recessed borders. So it's not quite as refined, but it's significantly cheaper. And if you just want some extra grip and you want a few ergonomic enhancements, that's a good option. It comes with the undercut, comes with some texturing on the trigger guard flat for your support hand to get some traction, comes with the stippling on the grip. So if you're just looking for kind of a down and dirty pistol and you're not worried about any extra refinements that I do on some of the other packages, then the essentials package is probably going to be fine. It doesn't have all of the mods that I do on these other packages. You can add quite a few to it, but there's a few that you can only get on my higher end packages. So depending on what you're looking for, you may not be able to find it on the essentials package. But with the Elite, you can get whatever you want, and on the signature package, you can get pretty much whatever you want. It already comes with what I think are the most important mods. But obviously, if you have specific needs, like you need a glove bevel, or you're running a Gen 3 like this one and you want a mag release scallop done, those can be added. Real quick, since I have this lane here, so this is a Glock 19X. I cut the lip off of it here, so it will now accept a Gen 4 17 magwell. And then we also did the beaver tail blend and meld. So basically this guy runs an extended beaver tail because he's worried about slide bite, and he wanted it fixed permanently on there. So what I went ahead and did is I blended it, sanded it, basically made it look seamless, and then Cerakoted over it. You don't have to Cerakote it, but he was doing multicam anyway, so it got Cerakoted over. But this is an excellent mod for anyone who's wanting kind of a seamless, more factory look, as opposed to those lines running down their Glock and a big seam here. So if you're a person who likes a beaver tail on your Glock, either you have large hands or you get slide bite, whatever the case may be, we got some cool options for that. So figured I'd show that off real quick. This is our Arid multicam, and you can find that on our website under the services page. We've got a Cerakote page where you can select whatever you want. The specific colors, you don't have to request the specific colors. If you just put an Arid multicam, this is what you'll get. So you don't have to go and try and remember 3 or 4 different colors. You can just put in the 3 color option and then just type in Arid, and that is what you'll get. So I think that pretty well covers everything I wanted to go over. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me. You can leave a comment if you want to. I'm really not very active on YouTube. If you want to reach me, your best bet is to send me an email through the website, or give me a call. My number is also listed on the website. So if you have any questions about anything, I'm slammed. I'm really busy, but I really make it a point to get back to anyone who calls me or emails me. So if you call me and I don't answer immediately, you can probably expect a call back within the next hour or two, depending on how busy I am at the moment. But yeah, reach out. Like I said, I'm not super active on YouTube, so if you leave me a comment, I may or may not see it. Sometimes it can take me a while to get back to comments on YouTube. I'm just not on here a lot. So like I said, best bet, shoot me an email, give me a call. All that info can be found on the website. I appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.